Hey guys, so this is another first impression video. This time is for Ami, and happy Mother's Day everyone. Mine has been really busy actually, but let's do this guys, let's do this. Skill, slow speed, usually pretty bad. Imprisons the target for 3 turns. Okay. Okay, I'm sold. Oh my god, right off the bat. And deals 640% normal attack damage. That's pretty high actually. Reduces the target's defense by 20% by 3 turns. Not a lot of heroes in purple actually lowers defense. This is pretty cool. Very, very powerful, by the way. When the target is not shielded. 40% when the target is shielded. So they're showing right out the bat here, the developers, what I actually mentioned many times in my videos on my testing, that shields cut damage by 50%. So they saw that lowering by 20% is not going to do a lot, so they decided to lower defense by 40%, double that amount, to counter that damage reduction from shield. So very powerful stuff, guys. This could be the difference between doing a lot of damage and not doing a lot of damage versus bosses. And in PvP, actually imprisoning an enemy for 1 turn and 3 turns, and specifically focusing on that target until it's dead in that situation. So yeah, very powerful stuff, guys, for sure. And if you don't know or understand what imprison is you can attack, you can't cast skills, gain or restore mana. But something that's not mentioned here, that aside from the actual ability from Alpha, which does paralyze the enemy for 3 turns, this is not cleansable, and this does eliminate the passives from enemies. In other words, if you imprison Gunoff, if you imprison an Artemis, a Colette, a Luna, all of those heroes will not counterattack or stun or anything in that situation. So if you were looking for a way to beat Gunoff, I've received this question before. If you want to beat Gunoff, one of the main ways to do it is to stun Gunoff completely, and this is a hard stun for him. So that will counterattack his counterattack in that situation. So very, very powerful stuff, guys. It's hard to say if it's the most powerful, but for sure it's one of the most powerful abilities in the entire freaking game. And this guy does it for 3 freaking turns. Oh my god, it's just like Arthur, guys, just like Arthur in that situation. So if you have Arthur, you understand. But yeah, we have it with this hero now. Very powerful. Let's continue reading. Only one instance of this effect can exist at a time, and is not considered a debuff, so it can't be cleansed. Amy launches a follow-up attack at the imprisoned target when Ami or an ally casts a skill, dealing 160% extra normal attack damage that ignores shields. Very cool stuff, guys. You're gonna actually see this more in PvP, because it's gonna jump shields over that in that situation. And if the target already has 40% freaking less defense, this is going to do a lot of damage. And I've seen it in action. This counter-attacking actually crits. So I've seen 5k, 7k damage with this. So very, very, very amazing stuff, guys. And usually you're going to see that if you're a hero that gives you 30% crit, 60% crit damage, like Belnos in that situation. So, and Belnos and her, they're from the same faction, going to get 10% lifesteal from their faction. So very cool stuff that. So they work really well together, in other words. So let's talk about her awakenings real quick. As you can see, I have her +0 because I've had the absolute worst summon luck in my life. I swear, like, I've summoned like 220 times, and I finally got her, and I still haven't. No, this is terrible, guys. Completely different from the summoning experience that I have from Haley. Haley, I was able to get her to +5 like super quickly, but Amy, I don't know. I don't think Ami is going to be good for me. But anyway, +1 immediately imprisons the target and restores 50% mass HP. Unaffected by reducing healing effects, and becomes immune of death for 3 turns when taking fatal blow. Exactly the same ability as Arthur has with his +1. Exactly the same ability. Effective with defending, converts 1 Naya stone into cursed stones each turn. Only matched only match reduces the mana of a random target by 10%. So this is, as I said before, they are starting to actually release heroes that do this when they're defense, just like Haley does. And this time around, what she does is specifically, it's always going to lower 10% of that mana when it's hit when connecting the stones there. So I've seen fights completely destroyed, enemies completely destroyed because of this, because they connect the stones, but since they connect these little skull things, they don't receive the mana. I'm sorry, they gain the mana, but they're not 100% mana. So in that turn, they don't activate their skill. So and that situation is devastating. I'm gonna show you a fight in a second. I'm gonna show you how devastating that is. Very powerful stuff, guys, for sure. The +2 is the usual 10%. The +3 enhances imprisoned. Ami has a 50% chance to unleash a follow-up attack against the imprisoned target when the enemy casts a skill. Exact same ability from Arthur. They're pretty much trying to do purple Arthur that does extra things on defense. Very cool stuff, guys, for sure. I mean, they're really doing all this, but at the same time, yeah, if Arthur is like one of my top 10 heroes for 2023, so I do not mind having another hero and another card that does the exact same thing. The +10 is the usual 10%. And the +5, effective when defending, converts 4 Danger Stones into Curse Stones when battle begins. So this is the exact same ability as Haley, but remember that these are losing mana when they're actually hit there. So imagine that you're starting the fight. I've seen this so many times, it's so disgusting. There's a lot of these purple stones there, and by accident, they connect their stones, but then they connect these stones. And the result is that instead of the entire thing being full of mana, like 3 of your heroes are not going to be 100% mana. And that's going to pretty much make you go behind 1 turn. And that could be devastating, especially for a very high damage dealing defense team in that situation. So yeah, this could be game changing in that situation. I mean, with Haley you will get stuns, but that 50% chance. But this is a 100% chance of getting 10% less mana. So yeah, very powerful stuff, guys, for sure. Enhance Imprison. Ami's follow-up attack against the imprisoned target has a 50% chance to restore 20% mana. So remember when I said usually bad with slow speed, this usually fixes her in that situation. I've seen her many times on the attack. I've seen her many times on defense. And this is the exact same awakening as Artemis, and that changes Artemis a lot, and this charges her a lot as well, especially on defense, because you do want her to go off over and over and over and over again. But in that situation, there is one hero that does help her a lot, and that's going to be Director N. Director N and this gal are a pretty disgusting combo, very powerful, and when this 20% mana hits and Director N actually does all that stuff, it is pretty disgusting. She doesn't feel like a slow hero, let's be honest, because if Director N goes off twice because of her passive ability, she gains 66% mana just from that. So yeah, she does not feel like a slow hero for sure, and this will make her even less feel like a slow hero. Very powerful stuff, guys, for sure. So let's take her to a spin real quick. Since I don't really have her as awakened as Haley, I'm definitely going to just do it like this so I can show you her uses and different things you can actually do with her. Alrighty, so they offer here Gunoff. That's an excellent option here. Alright. So now I'm going to show you. Alright, whenever this guy finishes. Alright. So usually the best way to use her if you have her +5 is to activate her first. So check out this ability. There we go. Boom. That's the hit, and that's the follow-up. That little thing here. So when you activate her first, and you have somebody that is stunned, so Gunoff won't be able to counterattack or anything. So you're free to do all this. Check that out. See, Gunoff is not counterattacking, and you get the extra hit there. So every single time that I go off, there is a chance for her to actually gain mana. We gain 20%. Let's see if we get it now. We didn't get it now. So it is a coin toss, but as I said, if you have Director N, yeah, you won't have any type of problems. And I'm not talking about Director N in a high level. I'm talking about Director N in +0. yeah, that's gonna make her work a lot better. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that a little later. Let's make this a little faster here. So let's see, he's about to die, but let's check his defense. Defense, 40% less defense. Very scary stuff, guys. Boom, 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 boom. See, the shields completely melted there. That's actually impressive. All right, so let's kill this guy because he's super, super annoying. All right. So let's see. Did he get the debuff? No, he did not. He is immune to debuffs, by the way. So out of all these, he's going to be the hardest one to actually take down. Because that is the debuff, but the stunning is not. So he won't be able to survive this. So let's see. That counter, every single time that counter is ignoring the shields, by the way. So let's see that really slowly. That is shield damage, and that is weak. When it says weak, it means that it goes directly there. So that's pretty cool. So even though he has shields, he's going to get damage straight to his life in that situation. So that is something that is completely ignored by a lot of people. So as long as you have the healer stunned, the enemy team is not going to heal, and you will be able to jump the shields in that situation. So this hero could be bad news for shield teams, because this actually jumps damage over them, unless the shield team actually heals, and is immune to stuns with all that. But that's a lot of hoops, and yeah, it's not like this is like the end of shield teams and things like that. But yeah, this is a very useful hero in that situation. Let's see if we can finish these guys off. 20 turns. Here we go. Let's stop this guy. Wow. I need some life here. There we go. Life steal. Straight to the life, straight to the life. See, you saw that? Every single counter. There you see. One of the counters actually counterattacked it there. So very powerful stuff, guys, there. And I was able to gain mana from the skill activating there. Oh, for some reason it changed targets. That was weird. Alright, let's see if we can keep the target that we actually want here, because these shields are getting annoying. So these types of heroes usually are very useful when you're fighting, when you're actually using a team that is focused on single target damage. So you know. So in other words, and either team will actually love this hero for sure. A Dretha team, for sure. Let's see if we can finish this here. Yes. Wow, 2,700k damage. So yeah, the very, very nice guy. She's not gonna be your main damage dealer, but she's gonna open the door to actually do a bunch of damage there. So I'm going to show you a fight with her on defense specifically, and I want you to very closely see the fight. There are times in which the stones are connected, and the enemy that is attacking is going to lose life and won't be able to do a lot of things. So very powerful stuff, guys. Check it out.
Follow your heart.
Praise the light. You will all obey me. Praise the light. Will be over very soon.
I can make it.
You will all obey me. You will all obey me! Praise the light!
I can make it through.
Praise the light! Will be over very soon. Praise the light!
I can make it through.
Praise the light!
I can make it through.
Praise the light! Will be over very soon. You will all obey me! You will all obey me! Will be over very soon. Praise the light! Will be over very soon.
So yeah, very impressive stuff, guys. I really want to see Ami and Haley there together in the same team, because both of them are going to create stones on defense. So I wonder how's that going to look, because I fought a few fights with Haley on defense. And there's a few team setups that are pretty disgusting, and I've had a lot of problems taking down. So yeah, I can, yeah, Amy and this gal together, very powerful stuff. I think that she can actually also go in a good Malfort team with his weapon is +3, because it's always going to have that specific target for 3 turns, paralyzing, taking extra damage over and over and over again. So very powerful stuff as well, if you decide to take that round, that situation. For her weapon, let me have to go here to actually see her weapon. Dark Force. Alright, for her weapon, when casting the skill, sacrifice 25% HP to boost mana gain by 50%. For Ami is 60% without losing life. So okay, I'm not exactly a fan of this weapon specifically, because it is good if you actually want this. Instead of having a weapon that only gives 30% mana gain, it gives you 50. If you don't have a weapon for that specific hero to give 60%, but for her specifically, I really don't like this weapon, because well, you can actually use it on other heroes, I guess, but 25% HP is going to hurt a lot, so probably better to get, because this is intelligence. You have access to Fiona's weapon, so you don't really need a weapon to give you 50%, and 60%. There's so many other weapons that can give you 60 without losing freaking life. In that situation. But honestly, on defense, I prefer to just put her a good shield weapon. Raphael's weapon is an excellent weapon for her. It raises her defense. She does have a little bit less defense, but it's not like Haley. So she does have a good amount of defense right off the bat in that situation. But if you really want a weapon for her and want her to go off more, I guess you can choose this one, but I don't really recommend in that case. As I said, a shield weapon, and if you're fighting against bosses, just give her Gillian's weapon. Probably she's gonna do a lot more damage with that. I would love to see how much damage she does with that weapon in that situation. So, my thoughts for her for now. So, do I think if she's a must-have hero? I would say she is definitely a must-have hero. And you may ask why. Simply because at plus freaking 0, she stuns the enemy for 3 freaking turns. I mean, that I'm so with that. I mean, doesn't matter what type of teams you use. You have her at plus freaking 0, and you give her an excellent, very powerful shield weapon, and especially if you play her with Director N, she is going to overperform. She is going to freaking stun for 3 turns. Alia, Mildred, Gunoff, a bunch of Agony. Why not? Agony is gonna make his realm run out in turns in that situation. Any freaking hero that is gonna be a problem with you on the attack, she is going to make sure that you defeat them in that situation. So the Arthur, by far, I would say that he's better better because he switches the color of the target, but he is in yellow. Yellow is the color that most people have the weakest in resonance. So but Ami is in freaking purple. I've seen so many people having resonance and 10 for yellow, and in purple they have like 25. So between yellow team that is 10 in resonance or 25, I mean, yeah, I'm always gonna choose the purple, and Ami is a very powerful addition to that team specifically. 3 freaking turns, guys, and all the good stuff, and lowering the defense and all that good stuff right off the bat at plus freaking 0. However, I will say this: if you want to put her on defense, her +1 is mandatory, just like Arthur. If you don't have her, if you don't have her +1, don't even think about putting her on defense. I mean, yeah, this is mandatory for sure, guys. The +3 is good, but it's not gonna change the world for you in that situation. But this +5 is definitely going to change your world in that situation. Actually, getting that extra mana plus Director N, she is going to go off a lot. I've seen her go on a lot. She feels like a fast hero, honestly, when those heroes are two together. So, as I said, I definitely think she's a must-have. You can get her to +0, and you'll be able to do so much more on the attack. And if you have your Director N also at freaking +0, both of them are going to overperform your team. I promise you that for sure, guys. Very powerful hero at plus freaking 0. Finally, a +0 hero that can overperform. Very nice, guys. All right, guys. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, please leave it in the comments, and we'll talk about it. All right. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.